And, yeah, we've got no mic. Ah, is the mic working now finally? Yes, the mic's working. Yay, we got it all started. Yep, there we go. Hello? Hello, is it back? Is it back? Video 10 audio. Am I speaking? Can you all hear me? Because for some unknown reason, my microphone decided to turn itself off. Maybe it'll give me can you all hear me? Is it number 1 in the, number 1, 5 by 5. Excellent, excellent, excellent. We're all going, we're all awake, we're all cooking on gas eventually. Yes, we're all good. Better, better, better. Hello, everybody. Sorry for the delay. One, I was down changing the barrels, then the mother-in-law phoned, and then I had to be told stuff I don't care about. But you've gotta, keep everybody happy. So, how are we all? How are we all today? How's everything going? Oh, the mobile phone's going off with messages now. Oh my god, it's literally everybody hates me on a Sunday. Sunday, for God's sake, it's supposed to be allowed. Hold on, it's Mrs. G, so I just got to answer this. Hold on, sorry about this, ladies and gentlemen. It's amazing, she goes to work on a Sunday, but then spends all the time texting me every 5 minutes, and she might as well just be here. Oh, tell you what. Any case, I hope you're all well. I hope everything's going fine. I hope you're all awesome. I hope everybody's had a great day and had a lovely weekend. And yeah, been a bit of a mad one. For us, it was really mad yesterday because opposite, somebody actually managed to drive a car into the wall of the house opposite. Um, It's quite an amazing piece of driving because they turned right and somehow managed to spin all the way around and go into a wall on the opposite side of the road. So just ringing to see and hear what you said about my mother teas in the bin. Excellent. Nice one. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Oh, dear, well. Any case, I'll cook my own dinner. I'm not reliant on anyone, me. But you're right, it probably is. Oh, well. So, yeah, so we had all that fun yesterday, and sorted it out. I've got it all, the whole thing. Greetings all, I'll join you with a whiskey. Greetings. I literally have nothing to drink. Let me get a can of pop. Hold on a second. I'm just gonna go down the cellar. Ah, there you go. I haven't got a whiskey, so I'm afraid, in the dog. Unfortunately, my dog's dead now. Sadly, I had to have it put down, so you'll have to go in the cats instead, or the cats, as we've got two of them. Cheers to you all. Hope you're all having a wonderful, weekend. It's not quite beer, but it'll have to do. Yeah, so we had all that. I got that whole accident on CCTV, and the police aren't interested apparently. So, especially as they arrested the wrong person who they thought was the driver, who wasn't. But apart from that, because they're such stunning and capable people. Yeah. Any case, so been a bit of an interesting week. Cheers, everyone. Cheers, cheers. Yeah, to your health, to your health, and yeah. So, apparently Rosie Duffield, the MP, is quit. I'm going to do a video on the letter. It's all cheers. Also, I'm like, it's okay, Jeff. You're not that late. I was late myself. The mother-in-law was on the phone, so stuff and things, stuff and things. No need to apologise. It's all right, Victor. Don't worry about it. It is. They are. They're absolutely useless. I mean, I arrived after the accident, and I was a bit confused why they were talking to the bloke and not the girl, because the girl was exhibiting all the signs of somebody in shock after crashing a car, while he was standing there as calm as you like, and turned out to be he blew way over, so he was drunk, but he didn't run. And then on the CCTV, which I got, which covered it, um, as soon as the accident happened, they swapped drivers. She was driving, but to your health with all my cup of coffee. No worries. I would normally be on a cup of coffee, but I've just literally finished that, listening to some amazing information that I didn't care of about from my mother-in-law. It is what it is, I guess. All I'll say on politics is I'm going to stick with UKIP now. Side reform. I'd agree. To be fair, I will be discussing this in another video, but yeah, I think the way forward is UKIP. If you want to go to a political party, I'll be honest, I'm still struggling to find a political party to align myself with at the moment. I thought Reform were potentially the possibility and the chink, the light at the end of the tunnel. And then straight after the election, deep-seated concerns that I had proved to be right. And yeah, I'm not particularly overwhelmed, overawed with them at all. So at the moment, if I'm going to align myself with any political party, it would be UKIP. I know that probably isn't going to be a popular decision, but it is what it is. Um, An interesting thing is just come up recently in a chat on the last video I did about, well, the video I did about Rachel Reeves and the incoming tax thing. Apparently, some people seem to think that my style of thing is driving people away from the channel. Well, I'm not going to change. It is how I do my things, and anyone who's known me that long will do. Oh, dear, what do you think the best way to stop the boats from crossing the channel? Well, if we could actually have enough people to actually man the Royal Navy, we could just stop them in the middle of the channel and turn them around. Now, the thing is, they actually did do that with one boat, which Zia from Reform actually did mention. They actually intercepted a boat, grabbed it, took it back to the French, and the French accepted it, even though they've all been saying that they don't. So, yeah, that's how it can be. It can be done. It can be easily done. Um, but it's you require the will of government and you need the will of the Royal Navy and the ability to actually staff and crew the ships, which we can't do at the moment because we're that desperate for armed forces personnel all over. Really, really is. Bad way. Same here. Seems at the end of the lights of tunnel, but they was still the entrance. Yeah, I mean, old Keir Starling said with his speech, "Oh, well, the lights at the end of the tunnel can be seen." Well, that doesn't necessarily mean it's the way out. It could be the front of an oncoming train. So maybe that's a problem as a YouTuber. I try too much of a people pleaser. But Sadiko, the simple truth of the matter is, um, you have to have courage of your convictions. It's as simple as that. There are people who will say whatever they want to say to you. The simple truth of the matter is, my style and the way I've done my videos hasn't changed since this channel originally formed and the channel before that was there. I have a tendency to wear my heart on my sleeve and speak from the heart, and I do it with passion because I have a belief in what I'm saying. And some people interpret that as me being crazy. Whatever, it is what it is. I'm not going to argue. Hello, Martin. Glad to see you as well. The migration scene needs a whole worldwide reform. Yeah, well, it did do. Yeah, Paul Collier did do a good book on it. Yeah, the whole thing needs reform, but the thing is, what we have to understand is the immigration process is another cog in the wheel of the machine to change everything to suit the elite. It's just another way of doing things. I came from a Paz video, never looked back. Thanks, Victor. Thanks. I mean, oh, don't get me wrong. Paz's shout out, just literally did open the door. Yeah, I've started to lose a couple of subscribers, but not many. But this is the game. This is YouTube, especially when you're talking about something as contentious as religion or politics. You are going to have times where you're going to say something that somebody's not going to agree with and probably go. Thank you for the one. Hello, Angela. Welcome and welcome, welcome. Welcome to the bar and cheers to you all. But that's the thing with YouTube that people have to understand. It's like, I mean, it is a bit like politics as well. Is once you lift your head above the parapet wall, you have to be prepared for the fact that there are going to be people who are going to have a go at you. There are people. Hello, Angela. I'll give you a wave back. There are going to be people who will initially be with you and then walk away from you because they don't agree with the way things are going. And it is what it is. And you have to be it's the one thing that people don't talk about when you do things like this, is the fact that you will get a lot of criticism. I mean, you get a lot of praise and you meet a lot of wonderful people, which you lot all are. Um, but it is what it is. And I think that's one of the biggest things that people who take on YouTube, especially doing I mean, like, I mean, even things like gaming. When you do gaming videos, people will have a go at you because you're not doing it the way they want it to be done. And what you have to do to settle yourself in your mind is you have to understand and realize that this is your thing. And although it's absolutely fantastic to have people following you, it's still your thing. Uh, and you shouldn't change things to suit other people because then if you're doing that, you're not being true to yourself, which is kind of like how politicians start. Politicians start with a great vision and great ambition, and then slowly but steadily change and morph themselves into something that they're not. And then once you start doing that, there's no point. It's like I've always said, the second I stop enjoying doing this, and this becomes a chore, not a pleasure or an enjoyable thing to do, then that's the way I'm going to stop. It's as simple as that. One to controls in immigration isn't racist. My wife is Chinese national, and I have a British Chinese son. I understand the left screaming racist. Well, see, the thing is, the left will have to use the scream the word racist or Islamophobist or what they're doing is they can't engage in a logical argument with you, and they don't want to get in a discussion with you, just in case they're actually shown to be wrong. So they'll just scream insults at you and degrade it down into a playground fight, and there's no problem. Whatever happened to agree to disagree? Tony, I've always said that. I've always said that, and I still do now. You know, if I say something that you don't agree with, I'm not going to fall out with you. I'm just going, well, on this one, we'll agree to disagree. There are plenty of YouTubers I watch who I'll agree with most things, but every now and again, they'll say or do something that I don't agree with. And I'll go, we'll agree to disagree on this, but I don't think that was right. But that's the way it is. I don't expect them to change anything just for me. And I also don't want to fall out with them because, you know, they're people. We're all the same. I mean, it used to be a saying where, look, even down the pub, look, I'll tell you what, look, we've had this argument. Let's just agree to disagree and move on. And everybody go, yeah, okay. The vast majority of people, some people with knobheads, and you'll always get knobheads, but most people just get on. And because we've got rid of this agree to disagree thing, what's happened now is the fact that because everybody has to be offended and angry about it, we don't have conversations, we don't have discussions. People get split into sections, split into opposing teams, which is what the elite want. They want us all fighting amongst ourselves instead of looking at our main threat to us to our existence. This could turn a large number of boats into French coast could provoke the French deploying their navy, rapid the situation into a serious international conflict. Really? There's going to be a serious international conflict in any case because we're doing the same thing technically in the Ukraine with Russia. We're pushing that. Our leaders are pushing that so much that eventually they'll push back. The simple truth of the matter is, with immigration, the whole thing needs to be analysed and the whole thing needs to be sorted out. But the simple truth of the matter is, the French are allowing them to go, and the British accepting them and bringing them over here isn't a solution. It just isn't. The problem is do we risk a serious international conflict? The French against the British, neither of us are in any good fight, way or shape to fight, to be fair. And that would be another way. And then what would happen is what we're arguing over that. We had all this sort of international issues with the fishing wars back in the old days, these Icelandic ones. You know, I agree with Mr. G for the most part. I agree with you, but there are things I don't agree with. But I accept that you have different views. I think exactly. We're up. The thing is, as Archie Collins said, here's another idea. You have a right to your own opinions. I always say in my videos that it's my opinion. I'm not telling you what to do, and I'm not expecting you to agree with everything I have to say. It's just an opinion, as much as what you say is your opinion. You know, I just everything just changed. Oh, wait, it's been a slow thing. It's been a slow thing to degrade and separate us into teams where we can fight against each other. Where don't get offended. We never used to get offended by stuff, really. I mean, only the stuff you should get offended by, but the rest of it, we just didn't get offended. We just went on and carried on with our lives. But now, because it's in the upper echelons advantage to keep us all niggling at each other. They keep promoting this and keep pushing it. Do what the Aussies did. You come here illegally, you'll never get citizenship, which is a fair point. Related to which, it seems that there's a hope for peace between Israel and Lebanon. I am just dreading that America under the Dems are going to find a way to screw it up. Of course, because the thing is, the elite always want their forever war. And if the Ukraine isn't enough, they'll want this one. Because remember that as much as they scream about it and, oh, it's wrong, the simple truth of the matter is governments make a crap load of money off war. Always have done, always will do. I mean, let's remember World War One and World War Two did actually economically drag us out of a situation. So there's always money in it for people, and as long as there's money in it for people, they're going to keep it going. It's not right. Don't get me wrong. Seeing conflict, it's not a good thing. No one should have to do it, but unfortunately, it is what it is. Australia and Tasmania seem to be able to push the boats back, so why can't we? Um, it's a very good question. Hello, Finky Stingers. How you all doing? The big question about immigration that no one wants to ask is why is France such a hellhole that the people are willing to cross their lives to the channel? It's not. It's not a hellhole. What they do is they get there because they know what the prize is on this side of the channel. You'll get free accommodation. You'll get meals. You'll get healthcare. You'll get dentistry. You'll get a free SIM card that costs us £60,000 a month, which gives you access to the internet. You'll get a free phone. You'll be able to get a job illegally because that's what happens. And you are vastly more likely to gain asylum here than anywhere else. So France isn't a hellhole. France is a staging post, an absolute staging post. And we're the prize because we give them everything. And just for a minute, step yourself out, put yourself in the shoes of an immigrant. Would you want to stay in France or Spain or Italy where you get next to nothing? Or would you go somewhere where you know that the second you arrive there, you're sorted? Your life's done. You're okay. Everything's good. I can see personally what the attraction is. Really can. War is the greatest economic engine ever invented. Correct, Martin. It really, really is. Government UN Gens announced we are living in the past, in a past democratic era. My question is, why are people still voting when they're just told what it does? Well, Pinky, you're right. Let's be honest. We all vote for what? It's completely irrelevant what we vote for. And as this has turned out in the last election, vast majority of people, lowest turnout in electoral history for a long, long time, no one even bothered to vote. It made no difference. Labour are in power with just 20% of the populace voting, which is not a mandate, but they're still there. I just don't understand. Well, it's not that I don't understand. Britain equals Plato's cave. Well, indeed, great analogy there, Finky. Absolutely great. The simple truth of the matter is, we vote and we vote and we vote. And where does it get us? It gets us nowhere. We vote Conservative, we vote Labour. We go Conservative. I was partly joking and partly suggesting a snarky way to change the discussion. I know, mate. I know. I know. It's a bit heavy, isn't it? I mean, they won't integrate society even after several well, because they don't want to. There's no need to. There isn't it? Because you don't need. Why would you need to integrate when you can see quite willingly that there are people here who will promote you not to integrate? Our biggest problem is the fact that we are we as the British people have been far too accommodating. In reality, we're always, "Oh, you're all right, mate," and this, that, and the other, and we accept people, and we've always pushed back a little bit, but nothing major. And now it's biting us in the ass. Remember all those women at the Greenland Colony? They didn't just disappear. They got jobs in government and do this. Do you think it's been possible to deport most of Al Akbar who arrived during the Syrian refugee crisis? Or is it mass deportations is a tricky thing to do, and would you require you to have balls of steel? for all intents and purposes, because you know you're gonna get it from everyone if you do it. It would be a very difficult thing to do, but if you've arrived here illegally, then that shouldn't be a problem. Other situations, I can see why it'd be hard, but things could be done. But again, all of these things require people to have the will to do it, and there is no will. Oh yeah, Korean Martin, cheers to you, sir. Someone will fix the problem by putting them on late night weekend ferries. Well, yeah, all this talk about we're going to do this, we're going to do that, and remember, Conservatives done the same. Labour before that did the same because it was Labour who opened the door. It's all about we're going to do, we're going to do, we're going to do, we're going to do, and they just don't. They just don't, irrespective of who gets in. For Labour, there's a big reveal away on the way Tuesday. I think it's Labour will collapse. Herr Starmer is. Well, there's clearly something going on in the background, isn't there? We all know there's this open secret. I haven't commented on the open secret because part of me, if it is what it is, part of me goes, "Well, okay, so what's the problem with that?" But then there's the other side. Well, why lie? But he lies all the time. So it's yeah. This will definitely be the last Labour government ever. It really will. Might not have phrased that well. I really think I should phrase the question in the terms that we talk about immigration, since the left seems to be which in particular. Look, I don't know about you. Yeah, hit the like button and subscribe. If you, but these problem is you're probably already subscribed in any case. But you never know. Maybe one person who isn't. I mean, although it looks at my analytics, 80% of the people who watch me aren't subscribed. Funny that, isn't it? The left at the moment is in massive meltdown. Absolute massive meltdown. They're now calling the media right wing because the media's stopped singing their hymn sheet. Now, where I see this is the media are a waste of time. Hello? Have I just said boo? So someone's on my computer. Boo. Um, that's one of my kids who's on the computer. Stop saying boo. Go away. Get away from my computer, you little monkeys. As Mark Steele put it, Starmer's a great genius. He says nothing, and then weeks later, he goes back on it. Well, yeah, absolutely true. Yeah, but as I said, get back on that. The left is meltdown because the media's right wing all of a sudden. Even though for the last 14 years they've done nothing but blow smoke up the media's arse, now because they've suddenly changed tack, they don't like the media. Now, the media clearly have been sitting on stuff, and it's you're still here. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The media have all these things. They've already had these things. They've sat on them and they've waited. And I wonder why they've waited. There's this massive open secret, apparently, where something's going on in the background that the media know about and they're sitting on it. I forgot to mention I was in Tesco's earlier. The girl on the till came from Solihull. I love how she spoke. That accent on the girl is molten gold. I can't disagree with you. I really can't. I really, really can't. As somebody in the family in Sweden, I can say the country's been completely devastated by our gangs. Last year, there were 149 bombings, second only to Mexico, among countries not in an active war. And yet, here, media silence. Absolute medium silence. And I mean, it's terrible. Sweden's just gone to the dogs. I do believe that Rosie Duffield's resignation, which I'll do in a separate video, and the letter that she said, Eve has started the rot. It really has started the rot. I think Labour are in trouble now. I have done a couple of videos which were coming out where I've had other members of the Labour Party openly criticising the current situation. And the way on X at the moment that the left wing, the left waffer from that pub over the road, and the Labour MPs have turned on Rosie Duffield and have basically are eating her alive, shows you how fragile the Labour government is and how much they're about to collapse, which is the only chink. But if Keir Starmer does get kicked out, who's going to replace Keir Starmer? Initially, it would be the deputy leader, wouldn't it? Which would be Angela Rayner. So there'd be no improvement there. But I still have a very, very worrying and sneaky feeling they're going to try and squeeze Sadiq Khan in there somehow. And that's something we've got to watch. Biggest thing is there are always at least 17 wars and conflicts going on at any given time. Basically, the psychopaths at the top, like, not, yeah, exactly. The war is absolutely going. The message has been redacted now from myself. Thank you, whoever got rid of that. So yeah, there's something coming. I mean, I must admit, I've really, really enjoyed chilling out on X and watching the left destroy itself. For years, they've been blowing smoke up Beth Rigby's arse, and now all of a sudden, she's the scummiest person known to man. They've loved Kay Burley. They thought she was really, really good as a journalist, but now she's evil. It's just mental. I love it. I love it. I love it. As bad as Starmer, as they can always replace him with someone worse. Of course. War, waste and regret. Correct. Absolutely right, Finky Stingers. Not been following that closely. Does Rainer's no, Rosie Duffield's resignation. They're all screaming, "Oh, it needs to be a by-election." But if she resigns, she can carry on as an independent. Be interesting to see how it pans out. Her resignation letter literally didn't pull any punches. It was well, she was telling the truth. I'm not going to lie, and because she's telling the truth, everybody on the left hates her, automatically hates her. And of course, because Rosie was one of these people who didn't subscribe to the men can be a women if they want to brigade, they hate her for that as well. It's just absolutely amazing. If there was an election today, I think and dread the Conservatives would win it, not based on their merits, but simply because they were better than Labour. A lot of people voted for Labour thinking they were going to be better than Conservatives. And to those few people that did that, shame on you, you idiots. Really don't. I don't know what would happen. I really don't. Sweden has a massive masculinity problem with an influx of animals. The perfect plan for them. A friend from Norway said in 2019, there are only women in Sweden. And he wasn't wrong. This is true. And this is going to be the constant attack on our masculinity because they don't want men. They don't want men who will stand up and fight for things. They really, really don't. Sorry, Duffield. Told you I've been following it closely. Archer, don't worry about it. I mean, I only picked it up late last night, to be fair. And I've had a few little social comments on X about it. And I just keep telling them to keep having a go at her because you're just showing everybody what vile, disgusting animals you really are. And also demonstrates quite ably how the left will eat its own when push comes to shove. Main thing you have to remember is they want a world government. Correct. New world order. One world religion, one giant corporation. Marshall aid up in the wrong and the great unwashed. Yep, this is their words, not mine. It's true. It's true. The great reset and all that sort of stuff. And you know, people, it doesn't take much to look at it. It really, really doesn't. So what I can see and how I can see it for me is that Labour are really in trouble. I mean, as I keep saying to them, you can keep trying to polish the turd, but all you can do at the moment is roll it in glitter because it's just not working. And you know, oh well, the Conservatives did this and the Conservatives did that, and Nigel did this, and da 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 da, and da 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 da. You can't escape the fact that they were voted in with the promise that they would be better, and they're just the same. They're just the same. But the other thing is, everybody goes, "Oh well, the Conservatives took this, the Conservatives took that," you know, but they took it from individuals. Everyone on the front bench and our Prime Minister have all taken money from one single person. And the Conservatives, they did it from whoever gave them money, but all of them have only got one serious backer, and it's the same man. over and over again. And that, as much as the left tried to scream and shout about it, it's that that's causing the problem. It's that that's causing the issue because they're clearly compromised. It's insane crisis relates to immigrants being concealed in the UK. These figures were previously available, but they were all moved after some policies proved ineffective because they won't stand up and face the elephant in the room. I mean, you and I can quickly, hello, Clown World, what YouTube? Welcome, mate. Nice to see you. All politicians are the same. Well, let's be honest. All politicians are in it for themselves. They're in it for as much money as they can get. This is what happens when you pay politicians obscene amounts of money. My solution would be if you've got a job in Parliament, you will get paid the basic minimum wage. You're not allowed to have any expenses. You're not allowed to take any backhanders. You are in the same position as the people you actually represent. So you're earning what they earn. So the tax incomes affect you as it affects them. And if you did that to knock everything else out of the equation, you watch how quickly things would change. They would have to worry about their energy bill. They would have to worry about their nanny freezing to death, like my Mama G, who can't get the winter fuel allowance now. Yeah? But because they're paid a crap load of money, nothing bothers them. And Rosie Duffield's actual letter actually says, what you're doing to the world, the country, doesn't affect you in any way, shape, or form. And it doesn't. That's just how I see it. It's my opinion, after all. But if you made the House of Commons, the MPs, all have the same wage as us, they'd change shit real quick. They really, really would. And that's just basic common sense and logic. It really, really is. So much would get done in the world if politicians earned a basic wage like we do. Everything would be important. We're already halfway with the one world government, the EU. I said, yeah, absolutely, Martin, correct. Salute, accepted. Imagine if politicians got paid. Well, this is it. That's absolutely right. It is as simple as that. If they were earning as much as me, and then they went, all the energy bills are going up by 10%. They go, oh, fucking, we're sorting this out. No, I can't afford that. There you go. It is literally that simple. That would reform everything. That would change every politician's opinion on everything that's going on in the world. And it really, really would. Most MPs are not able to tell you the cost of a pint of milk love. But exactly. Now, if I was on £94,000 a year, I'd give a shit about what you lot are thinking. Because you wouldn't, and it's not being arrogant or self-centered. If you've got a lot of money, it doesn't compute in your mind how other people are struggling. It just doesn't. Is that a Foo Fighters to put on a Black Sabbath Slade t-shirt? Yes, it is a Foo Fighters t-shirt. Unfortunately, my Iron Maiden one, which is now currently it's in the wash. So that's right, guys. Really, thing is, I'm trying to talk common sense. I wear my heart on my sleeve, and I talk from the heart. I really, really do. So, right, the Republic voting is a way to stop the peasants' revolt every 4 or 5 years. I urge people to look into exactly. Well done, well said, Finky. They also need to, if they didn't take the taxpayer, would recover exactly. Leslie, it's so true. It's so true. He doesn't want to make things better. All he wants is money. That's all they think about. And then also remember, with that money that they get from us in taxes, they give it to their mates all over the world. They don't give a shit about us. They never have done. Doesn't the Prime Minister receive a behemoth pension once they retire? Oh, yeah. I think that's what Starmer was drooling over. The one that Starmer took out an injunction and a law change that protects his pension from being affected by anything. Not yours, not mine, not everybody else's, just his. Remember, looked after his own self-interest. Gifts. There's no such thing as a gift. If you're self-employed and somebody goes, thanks very much for that job, I'm going to give you this, I don't know, this new iPhone. It's not an iPhone, it's a thing, but I'll give you an iPhone. It's worth a couple of £1,000. That's a gift in kind as far as the HMRC is, and you have to pay tax on that, and you have to declare it as a self-employed person. There are no such thing as gifts. But at our level, that's okay. But when it's at a higher level and it's governmental, okay, They will say, "I'll give you this," and you go, "Oh, thanks very much." And then 6 months down the line, go, "You remember that phone I gave you?" "Yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah. Can you do this for me before I tell everybody else you took a phone off me?" Because that's how it was. Because that's what it is. It's as simple as that. It's an honour. We need a jolly gobby of boys outing. You know, we could organise try and organise something if that's what somebody wants. Problem is we're all over the country, and that would be difficult. But then again, nothing's impossible, I guess. But I agree that it would be interesting. All right, I need to go. My wife and I are taking the son to the park. Loves Martin, you and the missus, the kids, you have a wonderful time out in the park. At least the weather's hanging on for us at the moment. You have a great time, mate. Thanks for popping in any case. Um, don't forget to pay your bar bill as you leave. And cheers to you. Speak to you soon, mate. Finding us some interesting discussions about political systems and how we choose our leaders in The Moon and the Harsh Mistress. That's a reading recommendation right there, and then we've got to have a look at that. Yes, so literally pieces of legislation called the Pensions Increase Pension Scheme for Keir Starmer QC Regulations 20. Yeah, exactly. So our Prime Minister is making sure that he keeps his grubby little hands on his money so you can't challenge it. A ledger is also a stone that covers a grave, correct? Locus communis, a public place, a place of the dead. Source of Latin ledger. Exactly. Exactly. Because he's not a peasant. Absolutely. The problem with a meetup is no one will be able to afford to travel. Well, I mean, come October, we'll all probably have to pay 15 pence a mile to get anywhere. Oh no, we can rely on the then probably publicly owned, government owned trains and buses not to turn up. Yeah, I mean, that's the only downside. It's a shame. It really is a shame. That, it's very difficult to organise things because it's all cost, isn't it? And we're all in the same boat. Yeah, we're all finding things tight and money's tight. And I wouldn't want to impede anyone on money. That's why I say the money is gifts, I bet, so he doesn't have to pay tax. Well, the thing is, look, he does, because as far as the HMRC are concerned, it's a gift in kind. That includes that rented place that he had. That's a gift in kind. If you were self-employed, you'd have to pay tax on that. You'd have to declare it. It's just, yeah, doesn't take much to add it all up, and I'm terrible at adding up and sums and stuff. Well, thinking I'm not the greatest mathematician, but if I can see what's going on. And of course, now the suddenly right-wing media are doing a fantastic job of reporting it, Mm. And your rich people are rich because they don't spend their own money. Well, yeah, exactly. That's 100%. They don't want people meeting up in pubs. People meet up, people talk to each other, and then they begin to notice things. Every single great revolution throughout the world had its roots in a pub. Just think about that and then wonder why they're attacking the hospitality industry in the UK, because people listen. Yeah, I'm sure the public transport will be able to handle my reenactment gear if I could carry it all. Yeah, I can imagine you carry a fair bit of kit there, mate. I really do, really do. Been busy working, but I still care about my Gobster. Thank you, Jade. I hope they're not working you too hard. I mean, we all need a rest every now and again, but glad to see. And cheers to you all, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. Cheers to you all. Thank you for stepping into the Gobster's Ale House and Inn of Corrections. As you'll probably start seeing now, the videos from now on will be all using this particular backdrop. Gobster's Ale House is this, and the Inn of Corrections is going to be for my normal videos. I like this background. It looks nice and homely. Um, and it sort of suits the environment that we're in. And it's me welcoming you to my virtual pub. It's absolutely awesome to have you all here. Thank you so much for joining me. Gobster, you are a breath of fresh air. Thank you. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. It genuinely is. I mean, when I come back off my holiday, and I've spoke about this before, but not too much. I really had a huge downer, really, really struggling. And that's when you take the time not to read comments on YouTube and stuff like that because it'll just knock you down. It really, really down. Pushing cardboard through a machine, but I love my Gobster. Oh, thank you, Jade. Oh, thank you so much. It's and that I was down, and it's I've really had to mentally fight myself back up to it, um, because it can be difficult. They came for the miners' institutes, the very same reason miners built them themselves. No need for government required. You can't have that sort of independent thinking. That's right. We can't have any independent thinking. Independent thinking is illegal, and our current government's making it. So that's the same. Yeah, I was struggling, really, really struggling. Um, a- and I had a message while I was off. I'd actually put a message up on the message board saying, I'm struggling and I'm having a bit of time off and this, that, and the other. Are you guys finding out the trolls are becoming rarer too? It is funny. I've noticed that. I have noticed that. I think on the stream so far, I've only had one. Bit weird. Better days are coming. Don't give up. I'm not giving up. Oh no, no, I don't. I never give up. I never give up because I'm wired not to. Um, that old training program still runs in the back of my head, which is never give up. No matter how bad it gets, you never give up. You just can't give up. None of us can give up. But I also acknowledge we all have down days, and it's tough. It really is tough. It really, really is tough. They could program embryos in the womb to brave new world star they would. Colin, I wouldn't be surprised if it's already happening. There's going to be experiments somewhere. There really is. Same on the Irish channels, Gob. The contracts must have run out. You get that distinct impression, don't you, mate? You really do. It's like all of a sudden it's gone quiet, very quiet. Perhaps the money has run out. Or perhaps the bots are beginning to realise that maybe they might have been backing the wrong horse. Does make you think, though. It really does. You can't keep a good man down. Simple as that, Gobster. Amen to that, Binky. Amen to that. But as I said, if you are struggling, people are here for you, and that's another reason why I like to do this. This is the whole idea of these streams. It's hopefully once a week, maybe twice if I can, when I can get it done. I mean, I know we're all busy. We've all got busy lives. We're all running around like headless chickens trying to do this, that, and the other. But I just wanted an environment where you could come on a regular basis and just you can chat amongst yourselves in the chat if you want, and just listen to me rambling on about random stuff. Upset if you didn't care, you yeah. Okay, if you didn't care, you don't care. Look, I care. Okay, I care about this flag. I care about this country. I care about people. I mean, I know can be, and I have been branded. Oh, you're a racist. You're this, that, and the other. I honestly, I'm not. I genuinely am not. I treat everybody as I expect to be treated myself, and I don't care what color, religion, sexual orientation you are. If you're in trouble, really in trouble, then I will come to your aid because that's how it should be. That's how it used to be. But it's dark times, and I know a lot of people are really, really struggling at the moment. They just are. Everybody's just really, really depressed, and everybody's really, really struggling. And I get it, and it's hard. It really, really is hard. Gob, send me the skull, and I'll send you a proton pack. Which skull would you like, mate? Because me having a proton pack would be awesome. Which skull would you like, sir? DM me with addresses and stuff, and we'll get that sorted. For a proton pack, that would be so awesome. That'd be interesting to get it through customs. If you're not struggling, I am suspicious. Amen. Starmer, whatever. Yeah, well, the thing is, the chickens are coming home to roost with that man. They really, really are. They really, really are struggling, and he's going to be in trouble. We came, we saw, we drank some, and that's our official regiment slogan, unofficial regiment slogan. I think that should be a tagline of the bar. We came, we saw, we drank some, Yeah, absolutely. Amen to that, brother. Amen to that. Everyone was struggling even more after the budget. Well, it was the budget video where I was told that I was being crazy and I was driving subscribers away. The bottom one with the cap. You mean, this baby here? You want that? That's the one you want, Father. If you want this for a proton pack, son, you've got yourself a deal. Absolutely. We'll get it sorted, definitely. I mean, the best thing is, mate, it's actually a money box. It's got a slot at the back of the bed. I just thought it was cool. Yeah, no problem, mate. We'll sort that out. I'll be auctioning stuff off. I've said this before. I'm not the most patriotic person, which largely owes to my left wing family background. Fair enough, mate, Sadiko. But I realise somebody needs to care about the country because the government doesn't anymore. Our government doesn't anymore. Our civil service doesn't anymore. It's left down to us lot. I'm like Del Boy, don't care what race you are, I've got money in your pocket. Exactly. I mean, look, the simple truth of the matter is when it all boils down to it, I genuinely don't care. I've said this many, many times. I don't care about your race, your religion, sexual orientation, any whatever. I just don't care. I'll treat you as you find it. Now, if you're a twat, you're a twat. The rest of it's irrelevant. It's as simple as that. We'll talk offline. Amen, file 13. We'll sort that out, mate. We'll sort that out. Apparently they can find billions to make war, but none of it to make peace. Always the way, mate. Or will inevitably end up fighting and dying for these bankers' wars. They all need to keep. Yes, absolutely, mate. Guarantee you one of them said. You know it's going to be a life-size one, right? Just make sure you'll have space. I will make space. There's a not there. I'll move that cupboard and it can go there. Oh, yeah, yeah. Hiya from New Zealand. Oh, yeah, old peculiar. How you doing, my friend? Cheers to you all again. Talking about chickens, you don't have to register if you own a chicken in the UK now. Just tell them you're chicken or dead. I have not heard that you have to register chickens, but nothing would surprise me nowadays. Chicken lives matter. Chicken lives do matter. Right up there with cat lives matter and dog lives matter. Yeah, so stop fucking eating them, you sickos. Chicken's different. I mean, chicken's chicken. If it wasn't for chicken, my Mrs. G would have literally nothing to eat. She loves chicken. Just chicken. Me, I like beef and pork and chicken. In fact, if it's got legs or wings, I'll pretty much eat it, to be fair. And for a lot of things, pretty much have. Starmony sausages is the best saber waving spanner game. I mean that so-called Freudian slip where he said free the sausages. Oh my god, the memes they've been delightful. Oh, what's this? Nothing important. Yeah, it's just absolutely it's just mad. Bye everyone. Oh, are you off, Angela? Thanks for popping in. Thank you for make sure you've settled up your tab behind the bar before you leave. Thank you so much for spending a few of your moments. Like with all of you, thanks for spending a bit of your precious Sunday time with me here at the bar. It's absolutely awesome. Thank you so much for anyone who's popped in and had to leave. It's fine. It's Sunday. I know we all got stuff to do. Even I've got stuff to do. I'm just going to do it a little bit later. Chickens just evolved dinosaurs. Yes, they are. They are. I'm just worried when the Velociraptor version of the chicken comes out, that could make it very interesting. Absolutely. Chicken family bucket, lovely jubbly. KFC. I haven't had KFC for years. I really, really haven't. I used to love it. You could probably tell by the size of me. But I don't eat it anymore. In fact, the last takeaway I had was fish and chips, but I was on the seaside at Great Yarmouth, and you've just got to have fish and chips here. God bless you all, G. God bless you as well, Angela. I hope you have a great rest of Sunday, and I hope this week goes well for all of us, because it could be interesting, couldn't it? It really, really could be fun. Yeah, so, but no. It's just mental, innit? It really, really is. What's the time? We're coming up to, within 50 minutes, a little bit longer, I think, before we close the bar for this week. So what else has been So sausages, we've had sausages. We've saved the sausages. I've gotta rescue some sausages from the fridge uh, for tomorrow's lunch or evening meal. Think I might have sausages. Sausages. May have a hostage roll, which was the funniest thing I saw on the internet last couple of days. I have a chippy in the shops where I live before the coof. They used to do their own fried chicken. Oh yeah, yeah. It's not quite the same, but it's good. Personally, I think all politicians should be made to microdose on LSD and shrooms, and maybe we could have the levitating skateboards like we were promised. Yep, we were. We were promised them. We were promised we'd be in flying cars by now. Where did all we had all these dreams and then they just didn't bother. Just couldn't be bothered. Yeah, we were promised hoverboards. And by the way, you can't call those things with wheels hoverboards because they don't actually hover and they don't float above the ground. They just don't. But yes, we were promised hoverboards. I know you can get now trainers that laces self-tighten. I think they do to them. I think I've been shadow banned. It wouldn't surprise me at all. Years ago in the West Bromwich, a roof collapsed at KFC. They boarded it up and it was fixed with someone spray KFC. Can't find the ceiling on the wall. Awesome. I like that. Oh, that's very good, old and peculiar. When Starmer turned on the pubs, that was the final straw. It's because they don't want us to meet in pubs. It's as clear as day. Sorry, no, it's just me letting out. Right, okay, fair enough. Sorted. Bloody YouTube. YouTube is a pain, I know. It's even more of a pain on the live chat on Rumble because it does, for some unknown reason, miss every now and again a comment. I don't know why. It's just one of those things, which is why if I look like I'm looking down, it's because I've got the YouTube live chat running here because it does miss quite a bit. And I'll try and read some of those. If I read something out and you're like, "What's not on the screen?" It really, really is. We weren't meant to all be living in silver jumpsuits and eating protein pills by now. We were, and in big houses, round ones, like the Jetsons. Have you had a chance to go check your Twitter? Not yet, File. I'll do it when I finish doing the stream, which will be in a few more minutes, mate. Yeah, hold on. I might be able to just quickly check on here. I know this. Let's have a quick jump on the old twits. See what Magnus is coming. It's booting up now. I have nothing as yet. So, oh, literally, just popped up on there. Just popped on the old tweets. Is it going to show it? I'll have a look. See if I can get the old tweets up. There we go. Just popped it up. First thing, Peter Canterbury voted for Labour MP, not a grifter with an axe to grind. Call a by-election. Oh, they're crying so hard. They're crying so hard. They're really, really crying so hard. Serious question. What would you act? Why do people ask this question? What would you do in this actual situation? Not a lot. Be dead. Just literally, we'd be dead. So why? Why ask the question? We're lucky we're not on Solian. Well, yeah, Solian Green. Oh God. Or are we? Are we absolutely sure that we're not? Are we absolutely positive that we're not? Want to grow veg, weed, live in the fresh air, and be left alone? Yeah, it would be nice. We all would like to be left alone, mate. Old school pub then shuts on a Sunday. Sadly, yeah, back in the day, remember when it used to just open for, was it Sunday lunch? It'd open at 12. Does it close at 3 or 4? Yeah, because the pub where I used to live, the pub at the top of the road, literally opposite a pub, which is now what is now the snooker room, was the off license to the pub. And then the pub used to shut, and then an hour later, the off license used to open. They used to be shut, and you can go and buy your beer from there. Well, gone are the days. Gone are the days. I'll have a cheery wave and bid thee farewell. Safe journeys, and may all of your ups and downs be in bed. Thank you, Finky, for popping in. Thank you, my friend. I think I'll be calling it a day myself in a minute. It's just gone 3:00 here in the UK, and there's stuff to be done. And I'm sure somebody to annoy me with another phone call. Depending on which kebab shop you go to, you'll never know. Which is very you're never too sure what you're eating in a kebab shop. Let's be honest. They say it's lamb. Mm, but do they really want a by-election? No. Well, this is the question. Yeah, let's have a by-election, and then they'd be shocked if we form one, because that's probably what would happen. See, the thing is, this is the reaction. Call a by-election. They don't think, you see, it's thick as two short planks, that they could lose the seat. 12 till 3. That was it, 12 till 3. Absolutely, Tony. And it's closed at 3. That was it, because then at 4 o'clock, the off license next door would open. And you could go in there, because my old man used to send me up the road to get some, what was it now? He used to ask you, uh, some bitter, M&B bitter, Mitchells and Butler bitter. He said, I'm going to get up there to go and get them. Because that was just, yeah. Smash the like one way, the Gobster. Yeah, everybody hit the like, share this, subscribe. If you're watching this, this is just where we hang out. We have a nice chat. You're allowed free to chat about whatever you want to chat about in the chat. Have a laugh and a joke. Discuss. This is the pub. This is the Gobster's Ale House and Inn of Corrections. And just, if you like what you're doing, you could just subscribe just for them, just for this. You don't have to listen to anything else on my channel, just this. Because, as I said, I had a quick look on the old statistics, and 80% of people who watch my channel aren't subscribed. If you were, I could be up to nearly 7,000 subs. I'm at 6,000. I'm losing a couple now. Apparently, due to some people, it's because I'm driving people away because I'm crazy. Whatever. Yeah, grew up in Wolverhampton, half day closing. Yeah, remember that. I also remember when, like, the news, I also remember Sunday, everything used to be shut. The paper shop would open early hours in the morning till about 10 o'clock, and it would close, so you could get your morning Sunday paper, and then it was shut. Shops weren't open, everywhere was shut, and funnily enough, we all used to survive till Monday. Have a good one, everyone. I'm starting my day at 7 a.m. Yeah, it is, mate. Like, sub to Gob. See you on the flip side, bud, and you, brother, and we'll talk about skulls and proton packs at a later date, mate, yeah? You have a good, safe day now. Have a good one. Here in Scotland, lots of places still close on a Wednesday afternoon. Yeah, we used to have half day Wednesdays as well, didn't we, for some of the places? Yeah, that used to happen. Now it's just open. I mean, now we've got all these shops that are open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week that have hardly any customers yet seem to make a shitload of money. Hmm. Nothing to do with the laughing gas cylinders that appear in the middle of the night and stuff like that. And maybe the old sniffy, injecty sort of stuff. Weird. Yeah, the truth is now called crazy. Well, apparently I'm sounding too crazed, apparently, because I'm genuinely angry, annoyed, and frightened and scared and frustrated at the way that we're all going to get screwed over massively. But apparently that makes me crazy, and I'm driving subscribers away. Well, if that's what you think, that's what you think. It's your opinion. You're welcome to it. It's all good. It's all good. See, the thing is, as we look at bringing this one to a close, just like Christmas, everywhere shops are shut for food apocalypse. The shops are open on Christmas Day if you need them. Yeah, well, they shouldn't be, should they? They really, really shouldn't, but it is what it is. Half day Wednesday, except hairdressers. They used to close on Mondays. Yeah, weird that, wasn't it? Like, hairdressers needed the Monday off, and everybody else had Wednesday afternoon off. When you look back at it, we did some weird stuff, didn't we? But it all worked. No one panicked. No one was screaming because they couldn't get stuff. They just waited till the next day. Remember that. Remember when we just didn't panic about stuff? It's just, I grew up in I mean, I was born in '68. So I remember the late '70s and the early '80s when things were just so much better. They really were just so much better. Everything just ticked along nicely. Everybody was getting on. Times were fairly good, and it was all awesome. Absolutely awesome. I still do here. Wow, Scotland. I mean, Scotland. Don't get me wrong. Scotland, beautiful place. One of the most beautiful places on the planet. I shit you not. The views and the scenery in Scotland is just awesome. A bit like Wales. Wales is beautiful, and the Lake District, which would be great if you can see it for 2 times of the year when it's not raining or foggy. You can't see anything. But no, Scotland's a beautiful place. It really, really is. Hello, the Spacebook. How you doing, Dan? You all right, mate? So in the shops in my local street now, run down. Yep, this is it, mate. It's, yeah, these Euromart things. It's frightening, isn't it, really, when you walk around your shopping centres now and they're all closed, boarded up, and they're either Euromart, 24-hour shops, chicken shops, takeaway food shops, and, every third or fourth shop a Turkish barber. Really, really word that. That's what I was very strange all the Turkish barbers have sprung up, have Audis and BMWs parked outside. Of course, they're all money laundering. We all know they're drug shops. I reckon the police know they are. And they're just down by my local pet shop where I get all my stuff from exotic pets. I mean, my locusts and me mice for me snake and that. Next door to them, there's a 24-hour shop. And he says you see him turn up in the guy who turns up in a Rolls Royce, I think, who owns it. And then vans turn up early hours of the morning and unload funny shaped boxes that go straight to the back of the shop, things like that. We all know. He's reported it to the police, but yeah, they're not interested. There are more members of staff in these Euro things than there are customers. It's extraordinary. Yeah, funny that, isn't it? Mm. And they all get paid how? Just before Christmas, I used to go to the warehouse and buy a stack load of batteries. Yeah, used to make a killing on Christmas Day, selling them in the pub. Oh, the good old entrepreneurial spirit of the Brit at Christmas. It's true. Because let's be honest, how many times did you buy something and forget the batteries? So true. It's so true. That's what we used to do. That's what we used to do. It's. Oh, on the days of, dodgy videos, at the pub. "Oh, I've got this copy of blah, blah, blah," and it turned out it was a porn film or something. Oh, them are the days. Now they just email it you. Takes all the fun out of it really, doesn't it, to be fair? Absolutely fair. Most of them upstairs, 3 to 4 to a room, yeah, and I wonder how much tax they pay rent they're paying. And I wonder if they're actually allowed to work, because this is the big argument with the SIM cards that they get. Because the government say, "It's okay, we give them the immigrants SIM cards." They can't make any phone calls, but they can access the internet, which means they can access WhatsApp and FaceTime and make calls. But in reality, what that means is they can get onto job sites, especially people like Just Eat and things like that, and get jobs when they're not allowed to. And these companies and these shops employ them dirt cheap, keep them under the radar, and that's what screws over the country. Bring back bush porn. Indeed. Up to 4 in the morning assembling toys. Wow. I tell you what, it's just hit over an hour, so I think it's time to bring the pub to a close. It's 3:15 in the afternoon here in the UK. It's not raining for a bit. That's good. They said it would, but it hasn't. So far, we're all bone and dry at the moment. Getting a bit chillier now. The current temperature in the bar is 15.9 degrees. It won't be long before I'm sitting here in woolly jumpers and a bobble hat because it'll be that cold. Back when the Hello Boys Wonder Bra billboards happened in the early 90s, they were so attention grabbing, they caused car accidents. No one would bat an eyelid to them now. They would be banned. They would be banned. They're not allowed to do that. You're not allowed to do that anymore. No, no. What you need is like Nike are doing now, which is using fat people to advertise their athletic wear because you can't fat shame. It's just the world's gone mad. World's gone mad, yeah. So, last orders at the bar, ladies and gentlemen. Last orders at the bar. I flick my lights on and off, but I can't reach the light switch. But yeah, last orders. Gonna bring it to a close. Thank you for spending an hour of your precious time on a Sunday with me. You have been, as always, an absolutely wonderful bunch of mother truckers. I love you all. You have been. It's a pleasure. This not only is a nice place for you to come and chat. We haven't had the summer and we're heading into winter. Yeah, that's about right. That's about global warming. You see, did such a fantastic job. Yeah, but not only is this great for you lot, and it's great for me. It buoys me up. It is literally like I'm sitting down the pub talking to my friends. It's absolutely awesome. The whole idea of this is just so we can all have a chat. I like to interact with people on the chat. That's what I do. This is what this is for. Bring up stuff that you're saying. That no place I'd rather be. Excellent. Thank you, sir. body positivity, telling fat people they're attractive. Which it yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm fat. I have lost 2 stone. I need to lose more. Um, but it's still if you're wearing athletic wear, man, that's you don't see Usain Bolt running down the track doing like sub 9 seconds weighing 32 stone, do you? It's just ridiculous. Some people, they really need to get a grip of their shit. Paul Howe, great show, mate. Thank you very much, sir. You're welcome. It's been a pleasure, as always, to do this. Totally love this. I look forward to doing this more than anything else. I've got a fair few videos that are coming out very, very shortly. I just had one which was supposed to come out this morning, but YouTube removed and gave me a violation warning. Next time will be a strike for medical. What the hell's medical misinformation? I have redone the video removing the medical misinformation. There, you'll pop it up. Thank you, Gobster. I love your attitude. Thank you, Leslie. Much appreciated. The simple thing is, I'll be honest, what you get here on the camera is me. This is what I'm like. I'm not, I'm no, I don't have a YouTube persona. I don't pretend to be something else. You're just getting me as I am. And some people, that means I look crazy to you. Then that's the way it is. I'm not going to change. I am what I am. I wear my heart on my sleeve, and I genuinely do care about this country, and I genuinely do care about all people. Unless, of course, you want to wish me harm or act like a twat, and then you get one. Look forward to the next one. Hopefully, it may be next Sunday, but in the evening. I might do one in this Sunday evening, so we can have a bit of a chat then. I'll pencil in Sunday. I'm going to try, if I can, to make this more of a Sunday thing, either Sunday lunchtime like now, or later on in the evening, sort of 6, 7 o'clock on the Sunday night. We'll make it a Sunday thing as much as we can. Obviously, I've got things to do, and everybody's got stuff to do. But thank you so much for being here, ladies and gentlemen. Time, please. If you'd like to finish your drinks up and make your way to the door, be much appreciated. Don't change. It's so rare nowadays. Thank you. I won't. Trust me, I won't. He's going to start singing in a minute. Really? Really? It's not raining now. Don't. Really, really don't. I would not inflict that upon anyone. Well, except maybe my neighbours when I'm having a shower and, well, tough shit, basically. Please support you live. Have a great evening, mate. Dan, it's been a pleasure. We'll have to have a chat offline or whatever and sort something and just have a bit of a chat, mate. It's great. Thanks for joining me. It's much appreciated. Thanks for the stream, mate. You're welcome. It's my pleasure to do these for you. And it's just great for me to be able to interact with you lot. And it's absolutely fantastic. Right then. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. The bar's closed. I look forward to catching you in some videos that are about to launch themselves upon my channel. And Sunday evening, I think I'll make sure that I let you know that this will be a regular thing on a Sunday. I've been chucked out of better places than this. Yeah, I'm sure you have. Well, it is what it is. You get what you get. Thank you so much for watching. I'm done. So, until the next one, look after yourself.